Hey. I can't hear you.
Hi.
Hey, you guys. So right now we are being recorded. No one is. It doesn't seem like we have any other on right now, and we're gonna just post this video later. Just gonna post this video later for everyone to view. And right now we're just waiting on one other person to join. I have to give her the link. In the meanwhile, would you all like to introduce yourselves?
Sure.
Kaya, we can't hear you. Well, while Kaya gets her volume working, Miss Ruth, would you like to go?
Sure, I'll go first. So, greetings and good evening. My name is Shania Ruth. I am a second-year business administration student from St. Petersburg, Florida, and I attend Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University.
And just to let you all know a little bit about myself, for those of you who do not know, my name is Labrina Coleman, the founder of Her Movement Inc. And today we are having this Zoom meeting available for teenagers, just expressing how to carry yourself as a freshman, give some freshman tips, and also for those who are entering college for the first time. So you need those college tips too, as well. You need those freshman tips. And Miss Ruth, do you want to go ahead and tell them some tips that you may want to tell them about just school first, high school freshmen?
Ooh, so high school freshman, congratulations, you're entering high school. It's going to be scary, but it's just another step in life. It's another level that you're getting ready to accomplish. Just believe in yourself. Know that you can do it. Know that nothing is too hard for you to accomplish. You've made it through middle school, and probably you're going to the high school with some of your friends, or you're going to meet new people there. Just be you in everything that you do. Just be you. Stay same. Stay the same. Don't try to change to fit in, and you're gonna find your niche. Once you get acclimated to everything, you're gonna find your niche. You're gonna find what you like, what you don't like, stuff you want to be involved in,
Yes.
who you want to be around. So just you're gonna like it.
I completely agree. I completely agree with you, especially with the be yourself part. Never try to change to be a part of the cheerleaders, a part of the football team, a part of the basketball team, the jocks, or too nerdy if that's not your style. Just try to find what's your style, like she said, and what fits best. I definitely completely agree with what you mentioned. Um, do you have any stories from when you were a freshman that you may want to share?
Ooh. So I would say I was the outgoing one. My freshman year, I was that person who like came into high school and hit the ground running. So I wanted to be involved in everything. I wanted to get my name out there. I wanted to try it all. So me being me, I ran for freshman class president and I won. So yes, yay. I won. I was a part of Future Business Leaders of America, which was a great experience. It's just I had a really good freshman experience. Like people knew me the first day. I think like orientation, it was really crazy because I walked in the door And I said my name, and it was like, oh, we know you. Like, we have high expectations for you. And I was like, me? Like, me? You know me already? So that's another thing. Like, your reputation follows you. Word's going to get out there about you. So that's why I said, like, make sure you stay yourself. Like, be yourself, because your reputation speaks for itself.
Yes.
So everything that you do is going to follow you. Make sure you get in good with your teachers, get that good rapport with them, and just be nice and kind to people on campus, and get involved. I think that's like
Yes.
the best part of your high school experience, is just getting involved. And that goes back to me saying, like, finding your niche, because there's going to be a whole bunch of clubs and different stuff to do. So just find out what you like. There's something for everybody out there. So find what you like, stick with it, and just do it and have fun.
Yes, I completely agree. I love that part about getting involved. That speaks volumes because that's how you network. That's how you get to know where you fit in and where you don't. If you don't
Hmm.
get out there and try. So networking, I like that idea. And down below, we now have Kaya back, and we have Jalayla. Would you two like to say something about yourselves?
I could go first. Greetings and humble salutations. I am Jakaya Lumpkin. I am a fourth year sociology major here at Florida A&M University. And yeah.
Okay, and Jalayla?
Hi, my name is Jalayla. I'm a junior in high school.
All right, so we have a high school here, and then we also have two FAMU students here with us. So kudos to them for showing up today and allowing us some information, some insight on some things that we may not have known. Before you two got on, Miss Ruth was explaining her freshman tips, and she gave an experience about her freshman year in high school. Would you two like to do the same?
I mean, my freshman year of high school, it was just like I was more focused on sports and then, still school and everything. So before I actually got into high school, I always said I wanted to cheer, I wanted to do sports and stuff like that. So basically, I did cheer and I did volleyball because my mom pushed me out to do volleyball. And then she pushed me out to do track, which I didn't want to do at first. But then, I started to love it and eventually did track until my junior year of high school. And then I feel like I got more into sports than I did with my schoolwork. So then that's when I was like, okay, I need to focus on my schoolwork because sooner or later, once I blink, it's going to be my junior year and I need to start applying for college applications and stuff like that.
Right.
And I know for most colleges, they don't want a low GPA. They want like a 2.5, 3.0. So that's when I officially started to get serious about my education. And even though I still did sports, I made sure I balanced my education out with my sports. That's the main thing. You have to balance out your time when it comes to different activities that you do outside of school, because once you do that, then you'll have more time management once you get into college. And then on top of that, you already know how to work with everything. So if you write down your calendar, you have this to do, if you have schoolwork to do, you can write in your calendar, okay, you got to do this. And then, after school, you have practice and everything. So it's just really good to have time management skills and balance your schoolwork out.
Jalayla, any tips or experience your freshman year?
My freshman year of high school was a nightmare, but very fun for me and stressful because, Ms. Coleman, my brother, kind of had to, fill out that kind of thing because he was like the cool guy in school. So I had to be the cool little sister. And, a lot of people really didn't mess with me, but it wasn't something that I would too much care for. And schoolwork wise, Jalila was not prepared for high school. It hit me with like a ton of bricks. The work was 10 times harder. Teachers were 10 times meaner. It's just like, and then you got the kids that are just in your face. It's just like a bunch of distractions. So I would say my first year of high school wasn't the best, but it was an eye opener. And I've now learned to manage my time better and do what I need to do to get where I need to be. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. And just to piggyback off of both of you, all three of you, the people who are watching, you've heard two people who are in college right now at FAM, and then you've heard a high schooler now who have been through that experience recently, who kind of stated the same thing that they said. And you see the growth. She explained her growth from not being prepared to realizing what she needs to do in order to be prepared. So from my take from this is time management is very important. Being prepared and aware of what's going on, becoming involved in school, not just academic, but also clubs and sports. You want to get involved because sometimes you may feel down or not motivated, and that teammate or that club member or your favorite teacher may be that person that, hey, I see you're slacking here. You need to get on the ball game and get it rolling. Or so it's very good to make those connections, not only with students, not only with your peers, but also with teachers, even the principal. You never know who you may need to talk to. So I definitely agree with all three of you ladies on that aspect. Now moving on to college, because I feel like everything you three have said also implements with college. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I really think you also need time management in college. You need to be prepared in college. Even what Jalila said, when you're going into college as a freshman, it can be a bit overwhelming. It can be 10 times harder. She said 10 times meaner because the professors, they don't know you. They have over 100 students. So you have to get to know them so they can identify who you are. And they're not trying to be mean, but you're just another person in the class and they're just trying to teach their lesson plans. So you need to become engaged. You need to reach out to that professor. The professor is not going to, hey, wake up. Hey, you forgot to turn in this assignment. Those are some things you will have to be prepared for. Would one of you ladies want to explain anything as far as college prep?
You froze for a second, so we like caught the end of what you said.
We don't even know what you said.
We don't know what you said.
Oh, you didn't hear me?
We can hear
No, you
you.
have froze for a second, but we can hear you now.
Okay, so I was saying about college prep, where it's important for time management during college and also being prepared in college, because the professors aren't also going to baby you. They're not going to, hey, you forgot to do your homework. Hey, you didn't turn this assignment in. Hey, wake up, get off your phone. That's not their responsibility as a professor. And that time management, being prepared, is very, very crucial and important as a freshman going into college. And I wanted to know if you two had anything to add to that.
You can go first, Shania.
Everybody likes to make me go first. So as far as my freshman year of college, it very much so was an eye-opener. Like everything you said is very true. You definitely need time management in college because college can be the best time of your life or it could be the worst time of your life. Honestly, I've had my greatest downfalls and I've had my greatest achievements in college. Um, as people say, like, you know, you can party all day. Yes, there are parties every day. Yes, there's parties 24/7, but you have to make that decision. You have to make up in your mind to know like why you're in school, what your ultimate goal is, and that's to be in and out in 4 years, 5 years, however long your degree program is. And to ultimately get your degree, you have to know that you're not only representing yourself, but you're representing your family, because you may not be at home. So even though I'm from Florida, I'm 5 hours away from my actual hometown. So I'm still a representation of my family and my family name at FAMU. So every time that I step foot on that campus, you have to remember that. You have to, oh, excuse me, give me one moment. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll go. Okay, so I'm a transfer student. So I did my first 2 years here at FSW before I transferred to Florida A&M. So my freshman year wasn't as hard as I thought it would be because I was home and I didn't really take a lot of classes. Like I took 4 classes each semester before I ended up transferring. So, it was smooth breeze for me since I was home, because when I was home, I really didn't go to parties here. I didn't have friends like that. So it was just me, and I still had time to do my homework. I didn't really have a job, so I just had to focus on doing my homework and cleaning the house and everything. That was it. So once I transferred to Florida A&M, it was like a whole different thing for me, because 1, I'm on a bigger campus, and 2, I'm by myself. So I had to really do everything for myself. So it was like I was getting, like Shania said, there's parties. I was getting invited to parties. I was getting invited to socials, stuff like that. I was basically like, Greeks was inviting us to parties and everything. So it was like, even though, and I'm not saying you don't have to party. You can party, but make sure your academics come first before you even go out.
Party respectively.
Right. So for me, I know I used to do all my homework before the end of the week. So like that Friday, all my homework would be done. So I knew like I wanted to chill on my weekends. If I wanted to go to a party, I'll go to a party without having to deal with having to do assignments. So, and then also on top of that, I wasn't getting home cooked meals every day like I used to when I was home. So it was just like I had to defend for myself, basically get my own money to eat and everything. And then on top of that, I do have a car, so I have to put gas in it. So I was just really dependent and everything. So on top of that, I'm doing different things on campus. Like I'm in different orgs. So it's all about time management. Make sure like academics come first, because you went to that school for a purpose. You went to get your education, your degree, and make your family proud at the same time. So you don't want to come back home and your parents or your family asks how you doing, and you can't show nothing for it because all you did was party and your grades are slipping and everything. You're not going to class. So just make sure that you have your priorities straight and everything. Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing my parents instilled in me before I left was like, don't come home. Like, you better not come back home without your degree. Like, don't be a failure. Right. Because I was in a college prep program, and they would have the college students come back and talk to us. And so many times, like, you would hear the students saying, well, I'm back home now because I flunked out my first semester. I didn't take it serious. I didn't prepare myself how I should have. I didn't take the advice. So I know it's going to start getting like redundant, like, repetitive. Like, you're going to start hearing the same thing, but it's honestly for your own good, because you're going to be like, oh, everybody want to say the same thing. They don't really know, da, da, da. But when you actually get to college, you're going to start seeing like, oh, I like, what they were talking about is actually true. Everything that they're telling us is actually correct, because all that advice really comes in handy.
And to piggyback on what Shania said, she's right. Like, once you get up there, it's very much going to be stressful for you, because it's like everybody wants you to do something. And then on top of that, if you're taking 4 to 5 classes per semester, every professor wants something. Some professors want 2 to 3 things on the same day. You might have a paper due at 11:59 that night, and then you have to do homework at 11:59 that's due the same night. So like I said, it's all about time management. So if you do have a class, well, if you do have 2 classes that want the same thing on the same day, you can do one assignment on a Monday and then do the other assignment on a Wednesday. So you're not doing both of the assignments on Friday and being stressful and crying to yourself because you have 2 assignments that due at 11:59. But those parties that you like will get to see on campus, they're going to be like promoting on social media and everything. Like every time you get on Instagram, you're going to see a party. So you really can't be entertained with those things because, like my mother has told me before I left, that she wants, like Shania said, her mother told her, like, don't come back without a degree. Like you can't, and my parents is always like, you can't stay here if you don't have a degree in your hand or whatever. So it's just like, I know what I came to FAMU for, and I know FAMU is very famous for being a college university, or Tallahassee being a college city.
A party school.
So, a party school. So my main focus, and I even got distracted off for a little bit because I know in the spring I was going to a lot of parties. And so, and I remember like one time I was at a party until 3 a.m. and I had class the next day. So like, I just think I fell off. I think I fell off. And then I was like, okay, I really need to pick it up because I just don't want to fail this semester. And plus, with the whole COVID thing, it really messed me up because I had to go home. I had to figure out how to do everything online and just get with the program. And then I know, like, for us, we're going to be online. So, you know, everything, you have to get affiliated with Zoom, and you even have to wake up early to be on Zoom, because I remember I had an 8 a.m. and I had to wake up at 8 a.m. to be on Zoom in my house. So just make sure, like, you're there for a purpose. Make sure you're making your parents proud and everything. So, yeah.
Completely agree, especially when you mention COVID, because now that you mentioned COVID-19, that's a completely different change. That's a completely different switch because I remember you stated about parties. I hope not too many parties are going on now, but I mean, if they are, because it's their first year out, they don't listen to rules. So I'm pretty sure there are going to be some parties. And are you going to decide to go to the party, or are you going to decide to stay home and be safe? Are you going to go to the party and try to wear a mask, or are you not going to care about anything and just, just go off the limb and do whatever? So those are some things that I believe as a freshman you need to take into consideration, even when you're in a dorm with new people. Make sure you get to know them. Hey, roomie, you want to use the Germ-X today, or do you mind wiping down the counter a bit much? Just make sure you're reminding others as well as yourself about keeping up your hygiene, taking your vitamins, eating the right things, and also washing hands, using Germ-X, wipes, anything to sanitize your area as well as the person you're sharing your area with. And that goes for high school as well. You need to
his goal to be able to do my own thing, and then I'm gonna do college. But I wasn't really thinking about if I really wanted to do college because I'm only in high school, and high school stresses me out enough. So just imagine me having to do college, and I'm stressed out enough in high school. It's just like that's a lot of added stress. So I feel like I just want to work first and like just take care of myself and do what I gotta do, because anything could happen, and I want to be able to hold my own before I just jump right into school, and then I'm still in my mom's house. Right. So anything could happen. I can get kicked out the next day. What am I gonna do? And I don't have a job. I don't have nowhere to go. So that's my goal, to just get a job and work till I get where I need to be in life. And then I'm going to switch my career and maybe even do music. You never know. So that was just always my big goal in life, to just get where I need to be before I just stop and focus on college.
And that's okay, because college is not for everybody.
Very true.
Because there's people at FAM that is going because they've been pushed by their parents to go to college, but in reality, they don't even want to be there.
Right.
They're just there because their parents are paying for their tuition and everything. So, and I know for like a fact, I've met somebody and they was like, I don't even want to be here. Like, I want to go to trade school and do this. But my parents was like, if I don't go to college, then they'll stop paying my car insurance. So I understand that, like, school is not for everybody, honestly. I'm not the type of person I don't even like school, but I always wanted to go to FAM. So I always knew I wanted to go to FAMU. So I knew, like, I had to do what I had to do to get here. And I'm just happy I'm here. I'm almost done. But I get that.
Yeah, that's definitely understandable. But you can do both. You can juggle both at the same time. If you have community college where you are, you can take classes there at your community college. So you don't have to go off to a big university to get your degree. A degree is a degree.
I don't want to do that.
So
especially, community college is cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, with everything that's going on, COVID, Corona, all of that, you could go to community college for way less than what we're paying at a university. And because like everything is online. So if people come to a university, they're still gonna pay the same tuition because they have not lowered the tuition because of everything that's going on. So you can legit save 50% of your money and go to a community college and get the same degree that we're getting, just with a different name on it.
Yeah.
Ever look back in life and regret your decisions? So whatever decision you decide to make, just stand on that decision. Don't let anybody change your mind or alter your decision, and just make sure that ultimately is your life. It's it's your decisions. So make sure whatever choices that you're making is going to make you happy, because I know people who went straight out of high school, started working, and they're like, oh, I'm going to go to school. And they're 30, 40, 50 years old now, and they're like, wow, I never actually went back to school. And they regret doing that now. And then you got some people who like went to school and they're not even working in their degree fields. So it's really just a juggle situation. Like, it's just up to you. Whatever makes you feel comfortable at the end of the day.
Right.
And
with the careers that
you can go. I always tell people to do what you love, because at the end of the day, if you love what you do, that's what make money.
Yeah.
So if you love doing makeup, go to a trade school and go to a cosmetology school and get your degree and build your own business so you can eventually start doing makeup. Like, that's just what I was always taught. Do what you love and then work your way up so you can make money doing what you love, because you don't want to be on somebody's job that you hate. And
True.
So that's just my opinion. That's why I always love it.
See, I'm just a different breed. I froze. I don't really care for makeup. Miss Coleman thinks I should, and she likes when I do makeup or hair. I want to work in corrections. I want to work in the prison system. I want to work with kids. Like, I want to get my hands dirty. I don't want to sit behind the desk. I don't want to do all this pretty prissy stuff. I don't want to do that. I want to help. That's always been something that I always wanted to do. I want to be able to help somebody. I want to be able to get somebody, like, higher than where they are. And then I love the prison system. I love corrections. I love everything about it. It fascinates me. So that's just something that I always wanted to do. So.
And you can do that. Like, you can go to the police academy, get whatever you need. And if you want to work in the prison, you can work in the prison. Or if you want to work like and CPS or something, you could do that. That's just something that you can do without going to college.
Yeah. Depending on my career choice, if I want to follow my mom and do nursing, then I'll do that. But right about now, corrections is set in my mind.
And that's good.
That's it.
You guys see, it's plenty of options out there. You can always go in whatever direction you feel is best fit for you. And that's all a part of what we were saying from the beginning. Finding your fit, finding what you like to do. You're not changing for it. You're just gravitating towards what you want to do in life, and take precaution in everything you do. As a freshman in college or a freshman in high school, it's the same aspect, same criteria that you need. So I want to go ahead and start wrapping up here. But before we go, I believe Kaya has some scholarships to share with us.
Yes, I do actually. Okay, so most of these scholarships is already coming to a point where it's about to be due, but you can always do it. I will be updating the scholarships and everything once I get them. But the first scholarship that I have is the Coca-Cola Mentor Program, and it's only for schools. It's only for Savannah State, Tuskegee, Alabama State, Albany, North Carolina A&T, Prairie View, and Norfolk. But the GPA that you have to have is a 3.2, and you have to show your 2020-2021 FAFSA student aid report, and you have to provide official or unofficial transcript from the recent academic term that you have completed with your GPA on it. And then you will have to upload a 2-minute video basically asking the question about what events that shaped your character or your personality. Or you can do, how does a peer mentor position fit with your personal goals, and how can it benefit you? And then you have to be a U.S. citizen in order to get the scholarship. And then the other scholarship is a champion scholarship. And basically it's the same thing, but you have to upload a current resume, and you have to write a 250 word or less or more essay about integrity. Ends August 24th at 11:59. So the second scholarship ends next week, and then the first scholarship ends in 2 weeks.
Okay. Is there any other questions? No? No? All right, so it was nice meeting with you, chatting with you all today. We will post those scholarships on our social medias, so be on the lookout for those. If you missed the scholarships or you didn't catch some of the names, they'll be posted later. Don't freak out. Or you can also reach out to us by email, phone number, or DMs or inbox on our social media. We'll be great to give you that information. So, bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.